Hello and welcome to the NORSEFORCE Valhalla Racing Series. We're here tonight for the season opener from Texas Motor Speedway. Tonight's race brought to you by Interstate Electronics Inc. Thank you, Drugs Are Harmful, for following. Very early here tonight. Tonight's race sponsored by Interstate Electronics Incorporated. We want to give a big shout out to those guys. You can visit their website, interstateelectronics.com, or check them out on Instagram, Interstate Electronics. It's a family-owned business since 1968. They have full audio and lighting installations on all makes and model cars as well as homes, and they sell all major brands in consumer electronics, including Sony, Samsung, and more. Those guys are located in Hazlet, New Jersey, so if you are in that area looking for some home installation for audio or video or lighting or whatever you may need to up the game in your house or car, contact those guys and they will get you hooked up. But tonight's race number 1 of the NORSEFORCE Valhalla Racing Series. This is going to be a great league. The drivers have already qualified and are in their drivers meeting right now. But you can take a look at our qualifying grid here. We've got some big name drivers from all across the sim that you may recognize. Right on top, it's Jimmy Mullis, one of the peak antifreeze racing drivers, and he is on the pole for tonight's race so far. Derek Justice, a popular streamer here, a great driver across all of iRacing. He is scored in second. Colin Keister right there in third. Some others you may recognize. We have Malik Ray down in currently scored, let's see where Malik is, 13th right now on the qualifying grid. We've got lots of other great drivers. Justin Botello in tonight's field. So thank you everyone who's tuned in here from those guys tonight. And we're really looking forward to the event here. 150 laps for the race here tonight at Texas, and should be a good one as we are just waiting for these guys to get out of their driver meeting. We're going to run through some of our sponsors here tonight. Some new ones for this league: Next Level Racing, Blaze Pizza, as well as Butt Kicker. Some awesome sponsors here, and Butt Kicker is actually running a deal with these guys. There's a discount code that you can use, and we're going to put that in the chat right now, so you guys can head on over there, get yourself a Butt Kicker product, and improve your iRacing experience with the force feedback from one of their motors that attaches directly to a seat. They're pretty cool products. I've looked into them myself. I don't have one yet, but hopefully I'll be getting one soon. You can use code NORSE20 and save 20% off your order for a Butt Kicker product. Of course, we've already mentioned Interstate Electronics Incorporated. Those guys are tonight's race sponsor, and you'll be hearing more about them in some commercials later on. And if you are just tuning in here tonight, this is V-Speed. We are a broadcasting channel here, bringing you all kinds of iRacing action from different leagues across the sim. And tonight we're live on Twitch. We're also posting race replays over on YouTube. They get posted up there about a week after we go live here on Twitch. You can also check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/VSpeedSim. And we also are now on Twitter and Instagram, VSpeedSim over there. So check us out on those platforms and stay up to date with the announcements and race broadcasts on those platforms as well. Tonight's league is NORSEFORCE Racing League. These guys are a brand new league. They've been running qualifying races throughout the last couple months and just getting the grid set up here. So we've got some of the top talent all across iRacing, and you can check out their website at norseforcerl.com. Also check them out on Twitter at NorseForceRL and Facebook, NORSEFORCE Racing League, so you can get connected with them. They also have an SK Modified series we're going to be bringing you tomorrow with some of the best SK Mod racers across iRacing, and also an Xfinity and Truck series, which are not going to be brought here on V-Speed, but going to be some good racing in those series as well. Anyways, let's take a look at tonight's weather. This was a big thing here tonight. I was talking to some of the drivers earlier. Looks like 94-degree track temp, which is actually down from the 101 degrees it was during pre-race conditions there. 67-degree air temp, so pretty comfortable for the fans in the crowd here, but that track is hot and it's going to be slick for these drivers tonight. So something to keep an eye on here at Texas, this mile-and-a-half track. It's going to be tough on tires, especially with the high heat and this new aero package, which means the cars are going to be very close together. And if you are behind another car, you've got to work that much harder to make the turn. You got to turn the wheels a bit more because you don't have the downforce pushing the nose and those front tires into the pavement. So those are some things to look out for. We're going to see drivers getting loose. We're going to see them getting tight, all kinds of conditions here. And we do have pretty much a full field with, I believe we've got 43 drivers set to take the grid. So it's going to be a good one. And we are really looking forward to the action that we're going to see here tonight. And before we go green here tonight, these guys get on the grid, we're actually going to run a few ads here from our sponsors. And we'll be right back with the green flag.
Okay, we're going to keep this quick.
Because at Blaze Pizza,
artisanal quality at crazy fast speed is what we're all about.
Fresh dough made from scratch daily.
Walk the line and choose any toppings you'd like.
It's all one price.
Then it's just 180 seconds in our blazing hot oven
For fast bar perfection.
That's Blaze Pizza. Sound good?
Then come check us out and build your own pizza at Blaze Pizza.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
We are back, about to get going here tonight for race number 1 of the NORSEFORCE Racing League Valhalla Cup Series from Texas, sponsored by Interstate Electronics Incorporated. We're going to run through tonight's starting grid to see where your favorite drivers are lining up here tonight. Starting on the pole, it is going to be Jimmy Mullis in the number 46 machine. Congratulations to Jimmy there. Great lap time of 29.15. He takes the pole here. Derek Justice going to be right on his outside, starting in second position. And he's going to be starting with that 29.154 on the outside of the front row. So great job by Derek as well. Congratulations to both those drivers for their great lap times. In the second row, it's going to be Colin Keister here tonight. Skylar Shackelford's going to roll off in fourth. In 5th, it's going to be Anthony Burrows. Keith Mayato going to roll off in 6th position here tonight. Connor Horn going to start in 7th position. Alec Martinez going to roll off in 8th here at Texas tonight. Austin Yarborough rolling off in 9th here. And rounding out the top 10, it's going to be Colton Salick in that number 9 machine. Dylan Parker going to be starting in 11th here tonight. In 12th, it's going to be Michael Bianchini, I should say, that number 24 machine. 13th, it's going to be Peak Pro driver Malik Ray. Caden Rush starting in 14th. Nick Holslander going to be starting in 15th here tonight. Nicholas Short going to be rolling off in 16th position. Justin Botello going to be rolling off in 17th. Jeremy Miller going to be starting in 18th here tonight. Garrett Maines going to be rolling off in that 19th position. And Donovan Strauss rounds out the top 20. Ian Smith going to be rolling off in 21st here. Jake Matheson going to be rolling off in 22nd on the outside. Chris Samard in 23rd here. Wade Hustad in 24th. Tyler Logan's going to be rolling off in 25th with Kirk Marble starting off in 26th position. Jonathan Hernandez rolling off in 27th position here tonight. Robbie Oddie going to be starting in 28th here. Matt Hornbuckle 29th here. Josh Lambert rounds out the top 30. Aaron Mulrooney Jr. going to be rolling off in 31st position. 32nd is going to be Eric Royce. 33rd, Brian Pizzakemi. Derek Smith rolls off 34th. Justin Noblock going to be starting in that 35th position. 36th is going to be Ty Bass. 37th, Dylan Alt and Briar LaPrade rolling off in 38th. First of the drivers to not take time. Matt Kemp going to be rolling off 40th. Greg McClendon 41st. Marcus Cunningham 42nd. And Joseph Fogg, who's not going to be taking the field here tonight, rounds out the field. And let's go to the front here and get a look at these guys as they are getting ready to take off. At the front, it looks like Mullis maybe didn't make the grid. Colin Keister promoted up to the front, so I think he's going to have control of this initial start, and we're going to be about to take the green flag here. 33 and 31 of Derek Justice, nose-to-nose, green flag in the air at Texas tonight. And we kick off the NORSEFORCE Racing League Valhalla Cup Series. The field dives down into turn 1 side by side. It looks like Derek Justice is going to have a disadvantage up high right now, but he's going to try and get that momentum coming out of the corner as his field starts to scramble already going down into turn number 3. We're going to bring our ticker up so you can follow along with your favorite driver throughout the race. And like we do every week, comment in the chat who you think is going to win tonight's race or your favorite driver, and we'll try and follow along throughout the event. But the field stacked up right now side by side, about 15 rows deep it looks like, as we go 3 wide a little ways back here. They are still 3 wide. That's the number 9 machine, Colton Salick, up on the outside, and he backs out of it, and the field now double file once again. Right up at the front, though, Colin Keister has taken the lead. Connor Horn right behind him, giving a big push down the front straightaway in the field, filing their way back again down into turn 1. Everybody playing nice so far, just 3 laps in, but when is someone going to start to push the issue here and try and go for that lead? Looks like the 8 going to jump to the outside of Keister now and leave him all by his lonesome down low. 62 of Burrows tries to dive in that gap, but Austin Yarborough fills it before he can get there, and they remain side by side. Alec Martinez leading this little second pack with the number 90 of Malik Ray in his bumper. The 31 of Justice outside, being pushed along by Skylar Shackelford. And it's almost like we're running at Daytona here with this package, but nobody can get away from each other just yet. We'll take a look back here at Justin Botello running outside the top 10, currently in 15th position. That number 20 machine. Take a look in this pack here. Keith Mayato up on the outside of Nick Holslander down on the inside line in that Splash and Go Graphics Camry. As they race side by side down the back straightaway once again. Nobody really getting an advantage. It looks like Keister able to hold on to the lead for now, but Connor Horn still putting the pressure on him, as it looks like we had whoever was up on the outside, Anthony Burrows, looks like he dropped back just a few car lengths, not able to keep it right on the back bumper of the 8 machine, but 6 laps in, we're all still green here. And this is the big gaggle back here. These drivers really stacked up. And we've got one cheering for Chris Samard in chat. He's back in that 24th position in that V-Speed Camaro. One of our V-Speed drivers out here. And look a little behind him. We've got Eric Royce, Ian Smith, Wade Hustad, Tyler Logan, and Michael Bianchini back here. And then we got Derek Smith right behind him as well. And I'm not seeing anybody else on track, so I'm not sure if we just didn't have a few take the green here. But up at the front, Colin Keister. Now on the outside line, Connor Horn down low. These two go side by side down the front straightaway. Across the start-finish line they go. The 33 with the advantage still. Keister up high, Horn down low. 33 tries to pinch him down in the corner, and it looks like he's going to have the advantage out of 2, but the 8 still there. With that shorter route and this low horsepower. He's able to keep it there, but he tucks in behind now going into turn 3. Going to put the air underneath the 33. See if he can get him loose here going down into the corner, but the field's starting to single file out as we see Derek Justice under pressure from Dylan Parker and Nick Holslander. Garrett Maines, I believe, is making his way forward. Let's take a look here. He's up 2 spots, stuck underneath the 61 of Kirk Marble, who's in that Scooby-Doo machine. And this little group of 3 here, rounded out by Donovan Strauss, currently 17th through 19th. As we are just all grouped up, but it seems like a lot of these cars now forming into smaller packs. As out front, they started to single file. Keith Mayato still up high as he's under pressure from Caden Rush now in the bottom half of the top 10. And it's hard to keep a track of all the different battles. Looks like Skylar Shackelford down low, and caution is out. Not sure who it was involving. Let's see if we can go back and take a look at what happened. Not able to see it here. Possibly the 66 involved in this, but we don't have any lock on him during that time. Looks like the rest of the field is in here now. They hadn't loaded in for me at the moment of the green flag. Looks like maybe Pizzakemi with some right front damage. Let's see if we can go find out if he was involved in something here. He was off the pace, but I don't see exactly the point of caution. So kind of a mystery here for caution number 1. We'll go back to where we're at right now as the field makes their way onto pit road. Everybody filing into their boxes nicely. No issues that I can see. It looks like the 32 is a self-spin. Wade Hustad. Let's see if we can go back here as the field makes their way off pit road. Colin Keister wins the battle off pit road. He has led 10 out of the 11 laps run so far, and will retake the lead here after pit stops. But let's see if we can go back and find Mr. Hustad going around here. It looks like I can't find where that point of caution was, but we'll have to take the fans' word for it here. Viking Warlord, that is Matt Forthen, the league owner here. Yeah, we are already under yellow for the first time tonight, 10 laps into the event, and most of the top heavy hitters here are still at the front where they started. And we want to thank the sponsor of tonight's race once again. That is Interstate Electronics NORSEFORCE sponsoring the event. Big shout out to those guys for coming on board for tonight's race. You can check out their website, interstateelectronics.com, or their Instagram, Interstate Electronics. Those guys located in Hazlet, New Jersey, and they install all different types of audio and lighting equipment in cars and homes. So check them out and see if there's anything that you could use that they can offer here. So going to be going back green here this lap. Looks like Colin Keister leading the field on the inside. Connor Horn's going to be on the outside for this restart. We want to welcome everyone here who's watching tonight. It looks like we've got about 30 plus viewers. That's awesome to see all you out here supporting your friends and these drivers tonight, as Colin Keister in the lead gets a good jump on this restart. Big push from Austin Yarborough right behind him. Green flag back in the air here at Texas Motor Speedway after the first caution. A self-spin by number 32, Wade Hustad. And we're going to take a look back at Jimmy Mullis here in this number 46 machine, who was supposed to start on the pole, but started from the pits, it looks like. And he's currently in 23rd position. Briar LaPrade back here as well. But he did start at the tail of the field, so he is making his way forward. A little bit of damage on that race car on the left side. Maybe a little beating and banging going on towards the back of the pack here. They are making their way forward at the front, though. Connor Horn has lost a position. Austin Yarborough has taken over second. Sole possession now, and Alec Martinez into that fourth spot in the number 15 machine. So they make their way out of turn 4 once again, nose to tail, the top 5. Anthony Burrows right back here, side by side now with Skylar Shackelford. Keith Mayato side by side with Derek Justice, and Justice not able to get alongside going into 1, but he gets the nose right up to the quarter panel, trying to pull him backwards, and he will do so. Getting a draft now from Burrows up in front of him. The 52 giving the 31 trouble down low as he's trying to pull him backwards with the draft as well, and giving the 36 a push, and it looks like that line is going to pay off for the moment as Mayato jumps up trying to throw the block, cuts back down. He's back in front of the 52 going into turn 1. These drivers all very close together. The whole field's only separated by about 3 seconds. The last of them being, we've got Garrett Maines back here, Robbie Oddie, Eric Royce as well, and Justin Botello back here in that 29th position. Aaron Mulrooney, Brian Pizzakemi a bit farther back than them. As they go side by side now, the 78 and the 2. This is for 25th and 26th position. There's even racing all the way back here. As up towards the front, Colin Keister, Austin Yarborough, side by side in the 40 of Caden Rush, giving them a big push. But he's got a big push from the number 8 now. Where does he go with it? Nowhere at the moment, but you can see that run, the difference in speed as he gets right up to the back bumper of Austin Yarborough. And once again, they go down into turn numbers 1 and 2, making their way on the back stretch. A lot of single file, still some double file. But Shackelford now on the inside of Martinez. And we got a little stack up there. Connor Horn had to check it up for Caden Rush. The 40 getting loose down on that low line. He goes up to the high line now. Horn down low. Connor Horn started in 7th. He's up 3 spots right now. Trying to get up into that top 5. Looks like he's got it for the moment, as the 3 of Shackelford is behind him. He gets a big run down into the corner, but drifts up just a little bit, able to keep it off the 15. And it's now Keith Mayato all over the back bumper of Anthony Burrows. Derek Justice boxed in here behind these guys. Almost a touch there from the 99 to the 30 of Jeremy Miller. Maybe there was contact, as he's got a little damage to the nose of that 99 race car now. That checks up the cars behind him. 54 almost got under attack there from the 11 of Holslander. Colton Salick back here now in 16th with Jonathan Hernandez giving him a push down the front straightaway. All kinds of action here in the first 25 laps of this race, and it's still anybody's race to lose. Colin Keister out in front though. He has led the majority of the laps here, now up to 20 laps led, coming to 21. As he starts to pull away now, 3/10 ahead of Caden Rush, who settled into second. Alec Martinez down low on Austin Yarborough, who has damage on the nose and rear of that race car. I'm not sure how he got it, but that is not going to help him throughout the race tonight. But he settles into line in that 4th position, side by side behind him. It's the 3 and the 8 of Skylar Shackelford and Connor Horn. As they remain side by side, it's going to be like this for a while here after the restarts. Until the tires start to wear out, these drivers will be close together. It looks like very tight racing there. The 52 of Matheson almost drifted up into Dylan Parker, and he had to back out of it, and that allows the 99 of Nicholas Short. And here comes the 54 of Strauss down underneath, but he's got a battle of his own with the 30 of Jeremy Miller, who's going to take that position at the line, drop down in front of him, and going to set his sights on the 99 and 25. But back here, we've got Mullis and Samard racing side by side. Kirk Marble right there behind them, along with Matt Kemp, and number 48 machine. As we've got cars wiggling down the back straightaway. Still under green. I'm not sure who that was, but it looks like we've got the 5 of Tyler Logan off pace. As he loses quite a few positions. Let's see if we can go back and check out what happened here. As they were coming out of turn 2, the 5 got a little tap there from, there's a 28 of Lambert. Sent him down onto the apron. He's able to keep it out of the way, and Garrett Main's able to squeak on by here. But he had to make it 3 wide with Ian Smith in 3 and 4 there, and he's got some damage on his race car as well. Up at the front though, Colin Keister still stretching away, 4/10 now over Caden Rush. Alec Martinez right there behind him, and Rush has moved to the top side, looking for some air on the nose of that race car. That's the distance right now. He gets a big run out of 2. But you can hear him have to now blip the throttle. And we'll look behind him. These are the top 5 you see in front of you here. Anthony Burrows running in 5th position. He's got about a 10th or 2 back to Connor Horn, who's just about a car length back. Keith Mayato right here inside the top 10. Jake Matheson, Austin Yarborough has dropped back to 9th now, and Derek Justice currently rounds out the top 10. And he's under pressure from Dylan Parker, who peaks down low, late entry. Justice on the apron a little, able to hang on to it. You can see the back end step out on that race car. So a good job by him to not lose it there and potentially take out a good portion of his field. The 88 of Hernandez looking to the outside of Donovan Strauss. He goes way up to the 3rd lane. We'll have to see if this lane ends up working here tonight as he comes out of turn 2 with a full head of steam, trying to get up behind the 25 and 54 as they head into turn 3. He once again takes that high lane in the Great Clips number 88. Big run out of the corner. You can see that full head of steam once again, but nowhere to go with it as the high line's blocked. He's going to set in line there in the 25 in front of him. Colin Keister now starting to lose his lead as Caden Rush has found something up high. It's now under 0.2 of a second, the gap. And Rush right there trying to strike early in this race. He wants control as Colin Keister has had full control here. Alec Martinez long behind them. He's a whole second back and under pressure from Shackelford, Anthony Burrows, and Connor Horn now aggressively peeking to the outside of the 62. He cuts back down low, trying to get that run. He's on the apron there, but doesn't upset the car very much as he gets a little bit wide on exit. It's going to allow Mayato to close in here down the back straightaway. Jimmy Mullis now up into 14th position. Like we mentioned, he was supposed to be the pole sitter here tonight. but started from the pits. And he is back in the 14th position. As we see Donovan Strauss up high now, almost 3 wide, as Mullis down low. Looks like he's trying to get the run, and he backs out of it. Wasn't going to make that position work, as the 25 was in the middle and was a little bit off throttle, trying to stay off the 54. Mullis just looks like he saved his tires at the beginning of this run. He's just slicing and dicing his way through, but he gets loose out of the corner there and not going to be able to make the move work this corner. A little ways back, we got Nick Holslander here out in front of Malik Ray, who dives down low on Nicholas Short, who's got that nose damage that we mentioned. And Malik Ray going to take that position. He's going to move up to that 18th spot, as Chris Samard now side by side with the 48 of Matt Kemp in that Interstate Electronics Incorporated machine. Let's take a look from his nose cam here. He's underneath Chris Samard, peeking to the inside of Kirk Marble there in that Cartoon Network Scooby-Doo machine. Not able to get much underneath him here out of turn 2, but down the back straightaway he looks again. The 61 cuts him off, throwing the block there. And Samard losing ground on that high line, but saving some tire. We'll have to see if that pays off here out of the exit. And he gets a big run, but not really any help or draft that he can pick up at that point. And up at the front, Colin Keisters once again gapped Caden Rush. He got within 0.2, but now back to 0.7 of a second. Thank you, Evan3900, for following. Thank you for supporting V-Speed and supporting these drivers out here in the NORSEFORCE Valhalla Cup Series. As the battle is on for the top 5 positions here, Skylar Shackelford side by side with Anthony Burrows. This is for 4th and 5th. Thank you, Taker432, for the follow. If you guys are enjoying the stream, consider subscribing, as right now it's half-price subscriptions. Thank you, AVC Racy V2, for following here tonight. We appreciate you supporting us, as it looks like Connor Horn side by side now with Shackelford, who lost ground to Burrows. Burrows moves up into 4th position. Shackelford back to 5th, but he's in danger of losing that, as Connor Horn now taking over that position. And the 3 got a little wiggly down the back straightaway there. Not sure exactly what that was, but Keith Mayato now looking in the high side of the 3, and he's going to have to get a big run here to get up to his outside, and he almost does. The 3 kind of closes the door, but Mayato bold enough to stick the nose in there, and he's going to try and take it too wide into turn 1. Oh, as he tags the wall. And that's going to start to slow him down, as Jimmy Mullis now up inside the top 10 is trying to stalk these guys down. Derek Justice back here in 12th. Jonathan Hernandez in the middle, as we've got a car bouncing off the wall. That was, I believe, the 30, maybe the 25. Yeah, it looks like the 25 possibly tagged the wall in front of Malik Ray and Jeremy Miller, as these two side by side almost making contact out of turn 2. Here comes Ray down to the inside, 3 wide. Oh, is the 30 bouncing off of him? They make a little contact. Still 3 wide. The 30 trying to hang on to it there. He's going to almost tag the 25 somehow. Stays off of him. That was tight racing there out of turn 2. And Jeremy Miller losing out big time. Here comes Malik Ray now to the high side. Colton Salick stalking these guys, and Nick Holslander down low on the 30. Right on his back bumper, almost tags him coming out of 4. And that splash and go graphics machine. Here goes Ray down to the inside of Dylan Parker. Thank you, Galen Lewis, for the follow. Number 90, Malik Ray, making that move, trying to make it stick down low to continue his march back forward. Not going to make it work this time by, and up a little bit farther. Mayato still up on that high line. He is in 6th. Austin Yarborough starting to chase him back down, though, as Mullis continues to march up into the now 8th position, as he takes the spot away from Shackelford. Tries to pull the slide job, and the 3 probably going to pull a crossover. Peaks down low, gets back in line, though, and Mullis takes hold of the 8th position. So So he continues to move forward. Good job by Jimmy Mullis, a peak driver here in this series. But Colin Keister way out in front now. Almost a full second gap, but it looks like he maybe, nope, looks like he is still maintaining that second gap. He looked like he maybe lost some time for a moment there, but just a glitch in the timing. Anthony Burrows in third place as everybody trying different lines at this point. Connor Horn swinging that high line. Let's see if we can get a good look at what he's got going on here. Now he goes down low, trying to get air wherever he can find it. But it's pushing up the track now. He's not able to keep it down and keep the power down as Maiato's starting to lose ground to these guys. And Yarborough, you can see the momentum from the draft there as he swings it down low. And right behind them, Jimmy Mullis. And he's loving what he's seeing with these guys almost taking it side by side. Yarborough not able to make the move work. Is now the 46 down low. Thinking he can get underneath Maiato here if he gets this right. He's not quite there, but he's going to pull up in line and close the door on Yarborough. Slams it shut, and the 4 backs out of it. Here goes Mullis down to the inside, Maiato up high. The 46, you can see just how hard he's pushing it on exit. The car swings all the way from the bottom up to the top. But he's not able to make it work, as now we're starting to spread out, except for this battle. As now the 30 of Jeremy Miller down low has to check up to stay out of Salick on the high line. Oh, we've got a big wiggle from the 25 of Dylan Parker. Maybe some contact with Malik Ray. Let's go back and see what happened here. Oh, they tagged each other. The 25 almost lost it, but great job by that driver to hang on to it as he was still trying to get it wrestled back together coming through turns 3 and 4. So good job by Dylan Parker to hang on to it there and keep us going green, as it looks like Jeremy Miller now falling into the hands of Nick Holslander, Dylan Alt, and that was a close call. The 11 slammed the door on the 42. And they go single file now. Samard behind them. Kirk Marble right there. He's side by side with Robbie Oddie, that number 12 Napa camo machine. Can barely see it out there other than the yellow logos, but that car starting to move forward as he takes that position away from Marble. And I'll have that remind me later. Nicholas Short here now inside, or on the outside of Ian Smith, and Ian Smith was a driver I expected to see move forward more than he has. I think he started on pit road, and he's currently in that 24th spot. Or I'm sorry, he is actually in 26th after starting in 21st, but timing is acting up here a little bit tonight. Malik Ray now up into 14th as he sets his sights on the number 54. He has to back way out of it on corner exit. That's probably going to cost him some time, but he's got a big gap back to Dylan Parker, a whole second in between them. 25 now under pressure from the 48 and the 9. As he swings it way up on the track. The 48 coming down low now. Matt Kemp to the inside across the line. Trying to move up into that 15th position. He swings it down low. Trying to carry that momentum over the bumps down there. Not able to get the speed he needs to clear him in the 25. Powering back on the outsides. We've got bumping and banging a bit farther back. The 11 of Holstlander right in front of the 42 of Alt. And he threw a couple blocks on him. I think maybe the 42 not too happy with him. As Samard up high trying to give a push to the 30 of Miller. And Miller has just kind of gone backwards here. As the 11 a little bit wiggly down low, trying to pick a line. The 30 swings way up high, 37 of Samard Now stuck on the outside of Dylan Alt. The 42 did not get a run out of the corner there, and the 37 able to hang right there with him. Maybe take the position here as Samard trying to pinch him down out of the corner. It looks like he'll clear him here, and Dylan Alt swings up high. We take a look up here inside the top 5 once again. We've got a battle between Alec Martinez, or I'm sorry, Connor Horn and Alec Martinez. No, that's Jimmy Mullis. Mullis now into the top 5 if he completes this pass. So he gets on the apron just a little bit. The 8's going to have this momentum up high. But Mullis is just flying here. Like Jag Stang in chat said, he is on a rail. But still 4 seconds back from your leader, Colin Keister, who continues to stretch out his lead now up to almost 2 seconds over Caden Rush. And he is also on a rail, doesn't have dirty air on the nose, so he's free to run whatever line he wants, pretty much as fast as he wants. Let's try and take a listen here, see if he's even really getting on the throttle or out of the throttle very much. And just a little blip in the corner there, not really off of it very much. So obviously a good handle in race cars. We've got a couple big hitters here now starting to stack up. Derek Justice, Malik Ray in 12th and 13th. Justice with a bit of damage. Malik Ray, the car looks clean, except for maybe a little bit of a crinkle there on the back bumper. They are working completely different lines. Now down the back straightaway, Malik Ray up high. He's gonna try and make the move, probably coming out of 4 here as Justice way down low. Here comes Malik Ray, a full head of steam. He gets all the way alongside, maybe even has the, he does have the spot at the line. He'll take over that 12th spot. Derek Justice just gonna let him go. As up here, it looks like Austin Yarborough all over the back bumper of Matheson. And Yarborough has been hanging right back here in that 9th to 10th position range. Matheson trying to hang on to the 8th spot. Try and hold off Yarborough as they're still side by side. Jonathan Hernandez behind them, rounding out the top 10. He's run a pretty solid race here after starting all the way back in 27th. And if you are just tuning in here, this is the NORSEFORCE Racing League, brought to you by V-Speed here tonight. You can check these guys out at NORSEFORCE RL if you like the action you see. Also check them out on Twitter and Facebook at the links you see on your screen. And tonight's race is a production of V-Speed. We want to thank Jackal40 for following. Appreciate you supporting us here tonight. And it's been a good race. These guys have gone green for a long time. We'll do a recap, but not much to recap as we see a car in the wall back there. I think that might have been Donovan Strauss smacking the wall out of turn 2. He does have right front damage, but back to the recap. Only one caution tonight on lap 10, and it's been green flag racing ever since. 2 lead changes here tonight. At the very front, it was between Keister, and I am not sure who else has led laps, so that is where we're at here tonight. Colin Keister continues to lead now, coming to lap 60 as he makes his way out of turn 4. Malik Ray inside the top 10, but caution back out. The number 19, I think. I'm not sure. Now, possibly the 33 involved in this one. Oh, no, not the 33. That's Colin Keister. Well, we are back under caution here. Caution number 2. Possibly the 56 involved in this one. He's got heavy damage all around that race car, so. just going to try and find where it was. I'm not really catching a whole lot of contact around here. And none of these drivers were appearing on the timing at the time, so we've got a full field here, and ATVO is having a hard time keeping up with it. As the field now on pit road. Mullis with a 2-tire stop. That is a bold call here after running so many laps. But that's going to move him up to 4th position after a 7.9-second pit stop. Looks like Colin Keister also 2 seconds, or 2-tire stop potentially. 7.6-second stop is what it's showing me. So 2 cautions here tonight. Colin Keister retakes the lead after the pit road cycle. And we didn't have to get to green flag pit stops. And I wish I could tell what happened here to bring that one out. Possibly. Yeah, I'm not sure what brought it out here. So we're gonna have to get word again from race control in the chat to see if we can find out what that one was. But we're gonna cut quickly to a commercial break, and we'll be right back with the green flag. Trying to figure out exactly why we're not seeing every race car on track tonight. They keep jumping in and out. Might just be the field size here. Colin Keister down on the inside of Caden Rush. They're going to be the ones to lead you back to green tonight after caution number 2. And Colin Keister has been dominant here so far. He's led majority of the race with 61 out of the 62 laps led. Really only one other driver with 1 lap led here. Caden Rush wants to change that. He's on the outside. Not a great jump as we're back underway at Texas. Caden Rush going to be under pressure from Alec Martinez down low. The field stacking up a little bit here as they head into turn 1. Everybody minding their business right now, but still side by side, about 10-15 rows deep. And drivers trying to jump down to that bottom lane. The high line starting to thin out a little bit as we see at the 94 of Justin Knobloch. Had a little bit of a wiggle there going into the corner. I think it cost him some momentum back here in 19th. Keith Mayato up here in 18th. Thank you, King Sloshbuckler, for the subscription 2 months in a row. And we're back under caution. And not sure who was caught up in this one. saw the 78 was off the pace there up high, so let's see if we can go back and find out what happened here with him. Once again, we're not able to find it. It looks like trying to take a look here. It looks like it was behind all of these guys. Thank you, Jedi Jake 44, for the follow here tonight. Appreciate you coming out and supporting V-Speed. And we're back under caution here. Caution number 3 of the race. We had one at lap 10, then we had a nice 50-lap run there. And we've had 2 in rapid succession here. Thank you, Cody Tripp, for the follow. If you guys are enjoying the stream, please consider following or subscribing. We've gotten a bunch here tonight. We want to thank everyone for tuning in to the race here tonight on V-Speed. Of course, we want to let you know that there are some special offers that NORSEFORCE has to offer you. You can save 20% on your butt kicker purchase. Butt kicker is a seat motor that actually sends vibration through your seat, whether it's like a gaming chair for your office or it's a sim rig. You can mount it to it and it will vibrate the whole thing according to the sounds that are coming through the game. And it's pretty cool. It adds immersion to whatever game you might be playing. You can save 20% on a purchase of any butt kicker product using the code NORSE20 at the link in the chat. Which we just posted in there, so you can check that out and see if there's anything there that you would like. So we are working under caution here. Thank you, Rush Racing, for the follow. And we'll see if we can get a word in with somebody here tonight, possibly Ian Smith. Ian Smith, this is Adam in the V-Speed booth. Oh, you got a copy. Ian Smith, this is Adam in the V-Speed booth. You got a copy?
Oh, what's up, Adam? How you doing, man?
Hey, Ian. Good to hear from you here. Just got a couple questions to ask you about how your race is going tonight. It looks like you've been hanging kind of mid-pack. Are you just waiting for your moment to strike?
Well, at the start, there was a very strange incident that forced me to the apron, and I think I got a little damage from that, so kind of hung around in the back from that. First caution came out, got my damage fixed. Been slowly working my way up to the front ever since.
Yeah, 10-4 on that. We are used to seeing you run up close to the top 5. At least I'm used to seeing you, out my windshield there. So do you think you got enough to run up there with these guys, or how hard is it to pass here tonight?
It's pretty tough to hash just because everybody in here is so fast, so that makes it a little bit more difficult. But after laps get on the tires, you can make some moves on the top side. It's fun though.
Yes, sir. And you think the track temperatures here tonight are playing a big factor, or is that not something that you've noticed throughout the race so far?
Honestly, I haven't even noticed it. I've just been trying to adjust my driving as the tires wore.
10-4. Well, good luck out there. We hope to see you up inside the top 10, maybe challenging for the lead here pretty soon. And good luck with the rest of the race.
Appreciate it, Adam. Good talking to you, man.
You too. That was Ian Smith, the number 21 machine. So we are going to move him back up into the right channel here. Dropped him in 2 or 3 different channels, not the right ones, but Ian Smith, the number 21 machine, he's up to 16th, I believe. A little bit of damage on that race car, but he's doing a good job so far. Colin Keister is out in front, and it looks like we're going to be getting the green flag here. Thank you so much for the bits, everybody. We had a bunch of follows there. I missed all of them during the interview. Maybe I can run through them real quick here before we get that green flag. Thank you, Youngest Swede, for the follow. Thank you, Jimmy Mullis, for the follow. Took a break from his race here while he's running in 4th position under caution to check out the stream. he is doing a good job out there. He's made his way all the way through the field here after capturing the pole. He didn't take the green on track as far as I could tell. And a little wiggle there from the 40 of Caden Rush up on that high line, able to keep it out of the side of Colin Keister, but we are back underway in the field, a little bit more spread out here, the front 10 or so, and then just behind the number 42 of Dylan Alt. They're kind of stacked up now, going more single file, but we got 3 wide with Colton Salick. Thank you, Master Juan, for the follow. Colton Salick now making his way to the inside. Didn't like being in the middle there. He drops in behind Garrett Maines. Probably a good decision, as Maines is up inside the top 15 now, trying to follow Keith Mayato back towards the top 10. And Chris Samard down low. He's underneath the 11 of Nick Holslander. And now Dylan Alt looking for a place to go. Nowhere to go at the moment as Samard kind of running the middle, but the 42 now dives to the inside. That's Alt, but he backs out of it going into the corner. Maybe didn't have the grip that he expected. And we're side by side up here. Malik Ray on the outside. Oh, this is about 4 rows deep of side by side for the top 8 positions. And anything could happen here. Up in front though, Alec Martinez. He goes to the point. He leads a lap. See if he can capture the lead. He drops down in front of Keister. And Keister now trying to hang on to a 2nd or 3rd position. And I'm not sure if he did take 2 on that stop. I think the pit stop time was wrong on our end, so I'm not sure if he did take 2, but that could be affecting the handling and what caused him to lose the lead there. But he now drops to 3rd up on high. It's the number 40 of Caden Rush. He peeks out there. Malik Ray with a bold move to the inside now of Jimmy Mullis, who's lost a spot since the restart. And Mullis tries to squeeze him down there, closes the door. Malik Ray having to back out of it. He's under pressure now from Anthony Burrows, the number 3 of Skylar Shackelford, and the number 8 of Connor Horn now to the outside. As the 62 slams the door on Malik Ray once again, he's just getting cut off left and right. And that is costing him time as he has to lift or back out of it each time someone does that. Now Horn down to the inside, Ray down to block. Moved all the way down the track. That's going to slow up the 8 big time. That's going to allow Shackelford to the outside. He peeks his nose in there. He gets there. Not going to have the run down the front straight though, as the 8 down low clears him going into turn 1. The 3 trying to pull a crossover. Can't do it there either. Matheson now working to the outside of Mullis and almost tags the wall as these 2nd through 5th place cars are side by side. And we go 3 wide almost down into the corner here. Connor Horn backs out of it, thinking wisely there. As Malik Ray now moves up into 6th, sets his sights on Jimmy Mullis. Now goes to the inside with a big run down the front straightaway. Let's take a look out the nose here of the number 90 Sunoco machine. It's on the inside of Mullis. Not able to complete that pass as the top 3 side by side now, 3 wide for the lead. Colin Keister back to the point. Down on the inside, he's led 69 laps here tonight. He's going for lap number 70s. He takes the lead from Caden Rush, and that shuffles Alec Martinez all the way back here. He's currently in 5th, but in the middle of all this, he drops up to the high side. Maybe doesn't like the way things were looking, and he's just handing these spots over. But Colin Keister retakes the top spot. Caden Rush to 2nd. And now it's Jimmy Mullis battling Jake Matheson for 3rd. And we just passed halfway. Thank you for pointing that out there, Jagstang. If you haven't already, comment in chat who your favorite driver is or who you think is going to win tonight's race. We'll try to keep an eye on them here in the second half, as this is getting crazy. The number 90, Malik Ray, up high, going for that 5th position over Connor Horn. And the field's shuffling back and forth all over the place on the back straightaway. 62 of Burrows up high. Next to Skylar Shackelford, it looks like Alec Martinez backs off into 9th here after leading a couple laps there. And now Robbie Adi finds his way up inside the top 10. Good job by Adi to get there, as he's got the 11 right on his back bumper. Jonathan Hernandez now swinging up to the high line. And he's going to dive to the low side here, maybe going down into 3, but thinks better of it. As As Samard holding steady in the middle line there. Colton Salick looking on the battle in front of him between Hernandez and Austin Yarborough, who was up in the top 5 at one point in this race. Started up in 9th. He's lost a few spots since the start. After, I think he had a little bit of damage, although that looks like it's been mostly repaired here at this point. Now, Mayato making a bold move down low on Colton Salick. He's going to try and take over that 15th or 16th position. Sorry, the 9 up high, the 36 down low. Good momentum for Mayato, but not enough to clear him coming out of turn 4. And this is some great racing out here tonight at the NORSEFORCE Valhalla Cup Series. As up in front, Colin Keister continues to lead. We have a car going around. That's Chris Samard. And this one we will have a good view of. As Samard goes around, bringing out the caution here. Looks like he was able to keep it mostly intact. A little damage on the left side. Let's go see how this all started. Chris Samard up high here, racing with Austin Yarborough. The 11 drifts up a little bit. Samard gets into him. The 88 a little tag, and the 36 of Mayato, his teammate, able to stay off of him. And Samard goes for the spin cycle and gets it going once again, but the right side pretty well pancaked on that race car. He's going to have a little bit of trouble with getting that thing up to full speed around this 1.5 mile racetrack. But he at least gets a chance to get the damage fixed here under caution. And thank you, sir. I'll make sure to pronounce it Odie, Robbie Odie. And we got a comment in chat. Cody Tripp cheering for Briar LaPrade. Briar currently on pit road. Trying to find him here on the racetrack. Currently in that 29th position. It looks like he's just biding his time. And that diecast fans Toyota Camry. As he makes his way off of pit road. We've got some close battles at the exit. And LaPrade gonna make his way out. Looks like he'll be 19th in the exit of pit road. Derek Justice in 18th position here. That number 31 Baskin Robbins. And let's do a rundown of our top 20 here, so we can see where everybody sits. Right now, Colin Keister is your leader. He's led 76 laps here out of the 82 that have been run, so very dominant so far. Caden Rush starting in 14th. He's up to 2nd, has been challenging all race. Jimmy Mullis was supposed to start on the pole, but he started all the way at the back and now up to 3rd. Malik Ray started 13th. He's up to 4th. Connor Horn started 7th. He is in 6th. Anthony Burrows, right where he started there in 5th. And Jake Matheson here in 7th, started 22nd. Skylar Shackelford started in 4th. He is in 8th right now. Robbie Odie started 28th. He's all the way up to 9th, so good run by the driver, the number 12. Alec Martinez led 5 laps so far tonight. He's in 10th. Dylan Alt in 11th after starting in the tail end of the field. Austin Yarborough started in 9th. He's back to 12th now. Holslander in 13th. Jonathan Hernandez 14th after starting in 27th. Garrett Maines 15th. Keith Mayato 16th after starting up inside the top 10. Colton Salick 17th. Derek Justice in 18th after starting on the outside of the front row. Not sure exactly what happened to Derek, other than he touched the apron a little bit and lost some momentum, but maybe got a little bit of damage at some point here on the right side. Briar LaPrade in 19th. Justin Noblock rounds out the top 30. And it looks like a penalty for Caden Rush. as he is letting the whole field by him. That's not great. Especially with this package, you really want to be in clean air. And he's going to be back here with some of the slower cars, and it's really going to hold him up. And it will be a challenge at this point to make it up towards the front. But one person who's done it already is Jimmy Mullis, that number 46 Sim Seats Toyota Camry, up on the front row for this restart. Colin Keister, who's dominated in that Jack Daniels Camaro. We'll have to see if he is able to hang on to it, or if Mullis can claim the spot that he deserved to have been in, at least at the start. Malik Ray now up to third, and Anthony Burrow is going to be on the outside of row 2 for this restart. We'll have to see what those drivers can do here, if they can time something or make it work. But Colin Keister is going to be in control as they make their way out of turn 4. Pace car takes it down onto pit road. Waiting for the green flag to fly. 33 in the restart zone. Green flag in the air. And Keister does not go. The 46 beats him to the line, so Mullis going to lead that lap. But Malik Ray with a big push to the 33 here down into turn 1. The 12 of Odie getting pushed out to the outside line. And that's going to allow Dylan Alt to go right on by as the field's going to try and stack up. Odie able to get back in line, and we're still double file the whole way through. Oh, and the 11 going around. He's able to hang on to it. The 48 machine gets into him. That's Matt Kemp. Nick Holslander as well. Holslander almost lost it there. Let's see what happened to the 11 here. A little tap from Maines going into the corner, and he's able to hang on to it. A great save, but the 48 not able to stay off the back bumper. Let's go to his nose cam here. And that's a scary sight to see a car doing that, and then the 11 chases it up. Maybe the 48 stayed off of him. He did. He was able to stay off of him. Great job by Kemp there to keep that thing going in one piece. Is now at the front. It's Malik Ray challenging Colin Keister, Jimmy Mullis, and Anthony Burrows. The same 4 as the restart is now Austin Yarborough making a desperate move down to block on the inside line, and he's able to do it. Holds off Dylan Alt and Keith Mayato. As the top 8 have started to break away. Yarborough in 9th there, going to try and chase him back down, but he's actually going to have a lot of help from the draft. Is Malik Ray now down to the inside, 3 wide for the lead. Coming out of turn 2, the number 90 machine of Malik Ray trying to take the lead once again here. He did lead 1 lap, but he's trying to do it now. I think he did it under caution before, and I think he's trying to do it under green this time as he takes the lead. Coming across the start-finish line, he will lead that lap. Colin Keister on the outside, not willing to give it up as they still run 3 wide. Jimmy Mullis up high. That 46 Sim Seats machine, he drops in line in front of Anthony Burrows, who gives him plenty of space. And Mullis now from the high line to the low line, back to the high line. And that shifts Keister down low. He's going to try and make the move once again as Mullis right across the nose of Connor Horn, able to clear him. And he's going to go for that second place position to try and take it away from Malik Ray. As the heavy hitters battling it out at the front, we've still got some heavy hitters in the middle of the pack here. Garrett Maines now leading Keith Mayato. This is 11th and 12th, so the top 10 have broken away a little bit from them, but they are starting to close, along with Jonathan Hernandez, driver that we've seen over in the iRacing Fantasy Cup Series. And he has performed so well over there in those cars, doing a great job here tonight in that 12th position. Colton Salick back here in 15th. Justin Knobloch in 17th. And side by side now it's Ian Smith and Josh Lambert, the number 28 machine, up high in that Podium Esports Chevy Camaro. As these guys continue to race it out lap after lap. It's like it's the last lap every time by, and out front it looks like it could be. Colin Keister back to the point. Malik Ray is not giving up hope on that outside line as he starts to lose a little ground now. He's going to tuck back in line, but he's been making some bold moves throughout this race is Austin Yarborough, now down to the inside of Anthony Burrows. This is for 5th and 6th. And they go side by side across the start-finish line, down into turn 1, and Mullis now boxed in by Malik Ray and Connor Horn. He's going to lose a bit of ground out of the corner. Connor Horn drifts up. They stay off of each other. As we're getting close to the two-thirds mark, Malik Ray to the outside. Bold move there once again, as he's right on the back bumper of Colin Keister, trying to get that pass complete and try and take control, as Keister, like I said, has been in control all race. He has not been the only leader, but he has led the majority, and that is such an advantage at this type of racetrack with this package, as Jimmy Mullis still on the outside, and he's under pressure from Austin Yarborough, who's been very aggressive since this last restart. Has made his way back inside the top 5. Is almost contact there. Fender to fender out of turn 4. The number 4 machine not able to make it work, as Mullis just slides right across his nose, and Mullis has been very bold in clearing people here tonight. He must have a spotter working with him on the stand tonight, as Austin Yarborough down low. They were 3 wide, but now 2 wide. Back into the corner. Great racing the 4 down low. Mullis really squeezing him down there. They stay off of each other. The 46 trying to side draft for all it's worth as they make their way down the front straightaway. Let's take a look a little farther back. It's the 48 of Matt Kemp now trying to recover after having to slow down a ton. He's in 23rd now, going for the pass on Tyler Logan. And Justin Patello back here in 27th. Looks like he's pretty much just running his own race in that Ford Mustang. He's just biding his time. Still a ways to go in this event. We've had 4 cautions, 8 lead changes now that it's really getting racy up front, and Patello not liking what he's seeing maybe, and just running a little off pace back here. But we got a battle now. The 97 of Ty Bass down to the inside, 3 wide. The 30 of Jeremy Miller up there. That car is destroyed from an earlier incident, and he is well off pace, 12 laps down at the moment in 32nd position. So not a good start to the season for Jeremy Miller, who was running up towards the top 10 at points during this race. Briar LaPrade now making his way, trying to get inside the top 20 once again. He restarted inside the top 20, but has not moved forward. Maybe also trying to bide his time and make it to the end here, as he is in 21st position, and I expect him to make his way forward towards the lead here before the end of this thing. Out in front though, Keister has gotten away. Malik Ray trying to chase him back down, but everybody pretty much single file up here inside the top 10. Dylan Alto looking to the inside of Matheson. This is for 10th. Eric Royce is currently in the 24th position, that number 72 Mustang. And just kind of riding it out right now. He started in 32nd. He's up 8 spots, so has moved forward. The car looks clean, so he's doing a good job with that so far. Is up a little bit farther. Derek Justice under pressure from Ian Smith, who we just talked to under caution a couple cautions ago. And he is trying to reel in these guys, including Justin Noblock and Keith Mayato. But Ian Smith just backs out of it there, allows Derek Justice to run up high. Those two are good friends and run together quite a bit, so they know how to race each other. Matt Kemp still working on the 97 of Ty Bass. This is to get inside the top 20. And Briar LaPrade right behind them, trying to take advantage of a mistake by any of them. The 28 and 11 almost making contact, as Holslander trying to get back whatever he can after the early contact with Maine sent him nearly around. But he continues to fall now back into the 26th position after running up inside the top 10 throughout this race. And Jimmy Mullis starting to put pressure on Austin Yarborough once again. Within a car length down into turn 1, the 46 right there. Looking for the 4 to make a mistake. And the 46 somehow getting air on the nose of that race car. He's able to keep it within a car length, so obviously knows his way around these things as he puts it down on the inside of Yarborough. The 4 of Yarborough, not going to give him a ton of room, but just enough as they almost make contact out of the corner. Mullis going to have to lift in that situation, and he did. That cost him a lot of momentum, and Yarborough clears him out of the tri-oval there back into turn 1. It remains Mullis in 5th, Yarborough in 4th. And behind them, it's Anthony Burrows, who we talked with the league owner here, and he said he was very surprised with Anthony's speed in the preseason races, and it definitely is showing, you know, he deserves to be up here in the 6th position. I believe he actually won one of the preseason races. So this 62 is somebody to watch out for throughout the season, along with basically anybody out here at the moment. Really, any of these drivers could be contenders at any point throughout the season. So taking a look at the Interstate Electronics Incorporated machine of Matt Kemp. Let's see the view from the driver cam of this machine as he is in the 20th position after getting held up there on the restart. He's going to the inside of Ian Smith and trying to make that work as they go into turn 1. Smith just going to hand it to him, and the 48 going to drive on by. Oh, closes the door on him. Ian Smith maybe was like, hey, I was giving it to you anyways. We'll have to see here if the 21 tries to get back to him. It looks like he's just going to let him go. 48 a little bit wide out of the corner. That's going to allow the 21 to get a huge run on him, but I don't know if Ian is really in the mood for racing anybody at this point, as we are still quite a ways, over 40 laps away from the finish. And Colin Keister continuing to dominate, just pulling away now from Malik Ray. It's almost half a second. It's now up to 6/10 actually, as Malik Ray, with a bad set of turns there in 3 and 4, lost about 2/10 on him. Connor Horn starting to close in on Malik Ray, and Jimmy Mullis now was able to clear Austin Yarborough and move up into that 4th spot, but Mullis kind of stalled out here at the moment, not really moving forward or backwards. And the fastest car on track is your leader, Colin Keister. And then everybody really within a 10th or 2 of each other around the track. So it's hard to pass when you're not going a whole lot faster than the cars around you, but it's a little bit easier when you got some drafting help, like the number 3 of Skylar Shackelford, as well as the 15 of Alec Martinez. And yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see if they can make it on fuel. I really don't know what the range is, if they were running 100% fuel or not tonight. So we'll have to see what these guys do as far as strategy with quite a long ways. It looks like Yarborough dropping. Oh, he went around. An issue for Austin Yarborough. Coming out of the corner. Not sure exactly. He went through the grass, maybe a technical issue, but he was able to hang on to it, keep it out of that wall, and keep it off of the racing surface for the most part. Takes out the cone, and that's going to probably be a penalty on him as he comes back out of turn 2 now. So Austin Yarborough, who was up inside the top 5 with issues, and he's now back into that 30th position. We'll see if he pulls any kind of a short pit game here. But does not look like it at the moment, as the 3 of Skylar Shackelford side by side with Jake Matheson. This is for 8th and 9th, and the 3 able to make the pass in that Home Depot Camaro. Back here, Mayato now looking to the outside of Hernandez. And Mayato running that high line. We'll see what kind of a run he gets out of the corner here, as he gets alongside Hernandez. Going to get the big run down the straight. looking back. We'll see if he's able to clear. It looks like he might be able to clear him here out of 4 as he gets a huge run into turn 3, but maybe a little wide, and the 88 just kind of let him go, it looks like. And some of these drivers might start conserving fuel if it is anywhere within reach, so we'll have to see if that is in the possibility here. So nice long green flag run once again. We want to give a shout out to our sponsor for tonight's race, Interstate Electronics Inc. And you can check those guys out over at interstateelectronics.com or on Instagram at Interstate Electronics. So head on over there, support those guys, see if there's anything that you can use in your home or car audio or lighting that they can help you with. We're back to the race here. Colin Keister continuing to lead, almost a second ahead of Malik Ray, who's being chased down now by Connor Horn. This battle really going to start to develop here in the next few laps as Horn running faster times than Ray. Malik Ray, the slowest out of the top 5. And one of the fastest cars on track, Robbie Odie, almost as fast as your leader this last lap, and he's in 7th position, continuing to march towards the front after he started all the way back in 28th. Odie continues to impress here in race number 1 of the Valhalla Cup Series, and I would not be surprised to see him end up with the top 5 position, maybe contending for the win at the end of this, but he's got some ground to make up right now. Little ways back, Derek Justice looks like he has lost some ground. He's got right front damage, and he's just hanging with Ian Smith right now. Maybe these two waiting to make a move together as we've got Garrett Maines now to pit road. Maines making his way onto pit lane. One of the first drivers to do so. Looks like Josh Lambert also on pit road, as well as Nick Holslander. These drivers all getting service done on their vehicles, and probably going to try and run to the end at this point. And we'll see when the leaders make their move. As I do not see anyone starting to slow inside the top 20, so nobody making the move to pit road in the top 20 yet, other than Maines, who now goes a lap down as Justin Botello goes right on by, and Botello, see if we can find him on track here. He's in that 22nd position after starting in 17th. He is quite a ways back, 15.6 seconds back. I think he had to check up for that one wreck that happened with the 11 and the 48, so he lost some ground. Now 12 seconds back of your leaders as we've got a few on pit road possibly. Looks like Jake Matheson is on pit road. He gets 4 tires on that vehicle, the 52 Tracker Boats Camaro, and he gets out of his pit box. No problems there. Keister continues to drive around the racetrack and burn more fuel and more tires. We'll see if the speed difference hurts him here, if anybody's able to undercut him. But he's got such a good gap right now that it's going to take 4 or 5 laps of difference, I think, for anyone to make up that kind of ground, especially drivers who are quite a ways back from him at the moment. It looks like Mullis is on pit road. He's now coming out of pit road. Jonathan Hernandez, Eric Royce, Brian Pizzakemi, as well as the 15 of Martinez is on pit road. The 3 on pit roads, so that's Shackelford. We've got a huge shakeup at the front now. As well, Keister's still out front. He's making his way onto pit road, so this will hand the lead to somebody else. Malik Ray stays out. So lap 122 coming to 123. Keister on pit road. How many laps do these other drivers stay out? Ray is still out there. Dylan Alt, Keith Mayato, Colton Salick, Matt Kemp, your top 5 right now. So There might be some advantage if the drop-off or fall-off is not too significant here tonight. To, you know, if you stay out a few extra laps, these guys gain some time on you initially, but then you can maybe gain some time on them throughout the rest of the run. As Malik Ray continues to ride out there, we've got Colton Salick, Dylan Alt on pit road as well. And quite a few drivers still on track. We've got the top 7, including Justin Botello, now Kirk Marble, Austin Yarborough still out there as well. Yarborough trying to recover. He's currently 24 seconds back from your leader, Malik Ray, as he continues to stay out. And when does the 90 make the move to pit road? And what's going to be the difference between him and Colin Keister or anybody else who already pitted? There's quite a few still out here. Brad, Justice, Botello, and Mayato now on pit road. So one of your top 5 is in now. Malik Ray continuing to run out there. He's going to run this thing till it's dry, and we've got 25 to go now. Malik Ray out in front. He's trying to get some laps led here and maybe hope for a caution. Caden Rush now up to 2nd behind him. And it's the top 6 that have stayed out at this point. But the question is, when does the 90 come in? He can't make it as far as I know. There's no reason everybody else would be pitting. And we'll have to see when Justice comes in, when Justin Botello, who's quite a ways back as well, when does he come in? Malik Ray working his way down the backstretch. We'll see if he comes in this time. And he will. So, oh, he locks it up coming down to pit road, hangs on to it. Good job there by Ray. That was a close call. Let's go back and see. Really pushing the limits here. The car slid out from underneath. Oh, he might have missed the commitment cone if that first cone matters. I'm not sure if he's going to get a penalty or not, but we'll have to see what kind of a pit stop he has here as he sits in his box. A handful of other drivers continue to stay out there, including Justin Botello. Caden Rush, your leader now. And Malik Ray still on pit road. I think he got a penalty there for unsafe entry as he continues to drop. Now back to outside the top 20 on track. This mistake really cost him as the leaders make their way around. Briar LaPrade takes over the lead. Derek Justice in 2nd. Justin Botello in 3rd. These drivers continue to stay out. Approaching 20 laps to go. It's going to be down to the wire as far as making it on fuel if they think they can go. But I really don't think they can. Thank you, Wagon Dude, for the follow. Appreciate you tuning in here tonight and supporting V-Speed. If you're enjoying tonight's broadcast, please consider subscribing. Please consider following if you haven't already. We want to thank everyone who's tuned in here to the broadcast tonight live on Twitch. This is the season opener for the NORSEFORCE Valhalla Cup Series as we're approaching 20 to go. Briar LaPrade is your leader, but he has yet to pit along with the top 4. Derek Justice, Austin Yarborough, and Kirk Marble. The top 4. Or, I'm sorry, Justin Botello also up in there. Austin Yarborough is in there as well. So this timing has been a little bit all over the place here tonight. So we apologize for anything that may not resemble what you see on your screen as LaPrade slowing down here. I think he might have been trying to get to pit lane, but there were too many cars. He's in the middle of this big traffic jam, and Derek Justice starting to stalk him down. Austin Yarborough all the way in the back half of the track here. Justin Botello is about 6 seconds back from Justice. So the top 2, really the closest ones together that are still out there. And I think LaPrade may be going to make the move here this time as he slows down quite a bit in 3 and 4. He continues to ride. And his last lap was a 30.35 compared to Jimmy Mullis's 29.43. Mullis now into 6th position as other drivers making their way onto pit road. Brad continuing to ride out here. We're under 20 to go. Do you think he can make it? Folks, I really don't know if he can. He's going to try, though. He's still got a good gap over Mullis. It's, we'll see at the line here. Derek Justice is currently 1.1 seconds back. Colin Keister up here in 4th. Quite a ways back. Looks like 15.7 or so back from your leader here. As LaPrade continuing to roll. Derek Justice following him through. Justin Botello is still out there as well. The top 3, kind of some of the top streamers here of iRacing, they continue to roll out on track. They have not even looked at making their way onto pit road. And the first of the drivers to take it down pit road is Colin Keister. He's out in front of Connor Horn. Jimmy Mullis not far behind Horn. Now Anthony Burrows, Alec Martinez, Robbie Odie, Austin Yarbrough has yet to pit. He's in 10th right now, but that just is from that mistake coming down the front straightaway with the technical issue. He's going to get passed up by Shackelford, and the 4 continuing to roll out there. Out in the front, though, it's still LaPrade. Derek Justice, 1.3 seconds back. We'll see if he can try and chase him down. That 31 Baskin-Robbins machine, very sideways in the corner there, hangs onto it. And these guys losing about a second a lap to the fresh tires at this point, but they have quite a gap here with under 15 remaining. LaPrade out in front. Can he stretch it the whole way? Or is he just trying to pull a fast one here and hope a caution comes out and he's in the lead? As they are really running out of time if that's the case. I don't know how far they can go. It's been 55 laps now. Justice making his way on the pit road, 54 laps in, and he's going sideways. Oh, hangs on to it. Great job by Justice. Let's take a look at that. He came in really hot, locked it down. I think he might have gotten a speeding penalty. We'll see when he gets into his box here and how long of a pit stop he has, but he's going to drop down the standings as LaPrade now. He's going to come down pit road. We'll see if he makes any mistakes. Nice and smooth out of turn 4. A little bit of a wiggle there as he gets down into his box. Stops right on his mark, so good job by LaPrade, but he is going to go well back into the standings here. Colin Keister now inherits the lead. Connor Horn in 2nd. Jimmy Mullis in 3rd, and they have just lapped Justin Botello, it looks like. The number 20 right there hanging with them, but 1 lap down in the 24th position. Keister gonna let him go here as Botello on much fresher tires at this point. Keister's been out there 16 laps. Connor Horn 17. Jimmy Mullis 18, so you can see the top 2 out the windshield of Mullis's race car here, but not really close enough to make any kind of move as he hooks the bottom line there very nicely. Still running good lap times, faster than Keister last time by, but not as fast as Connor Horn, who was about a 10th faster. And closing on Keister, he's within the draft range at this point. And he can sniff the draft with only about 20 laps on these guys' tires. They can still make some moves here, I think. He's still starting to lift, getting a little bit of a push through the corner. He loses some time there, and that could cost him. Anthony Burrows back here on the freshest tires, but he's 3.2 seconds back. So looking like Keister, if he can just run some smooth laps here, he's got the 20 kind of battling it up with him. Justin Botello trying to get back on the lead lap. And Briar LaPrade goes all the way to last car on the lead lap after staying out for so long. So it was a gamble, and it didn't pay off for him here tonight. Derek Justice, he had a 30-second pit stop. Thank you, Kyle, RIT. for the follow. Justice with a 30-second pit stop after speeding onto pit road. That really cost him any chance of a solid finish here tonight as he drops all the way back to the 30th position. Colin Keister, though, continuing to lead. Under 10 to go. We're approaching 5 to go. This has been such a long green flag run. And I can't really see too many battles on track. Just Colton Salick, Jake Matheson for 9th and 10th, about 8.5 seconds behind your leader. The 9 down low, trying to get air on the nose. Looks like he's able to maintain his speed. And this is for 9th and 10th. Garrett Main's not far behind them. He's got Keith Maiato just making the pass on Justin Knobloch. Knobloch on 4-lap older tires. Maiato running that high line, and the 94 not able to carry the speed down low. Almost contact. He backs out of it, luckily. Maiato with a huge run down the straightaway. Maines has been out there 7 laps longer, so it should be no contest for the 36 to make the pass here, but Maine's going to fight back on the inside. He's going to roll the low line, not able to get the momentum, and Maiato is going to move right up into that 11th position, but this battle continues to rage. Colin Keister continues to lead as we're going to be coming to 5 to go this next time by. And if you voted for Colin Keister, you'd be right, I think. But anything can still happen, and we get a caution, it could change the entire outcome of this race. As Salick not able to make that pass happen on Matheson. Meanwhile, Keith Maiato is trying to catch up to them, and there goes Derek Justice on brand new Goodyear tires. He's just driving right on past these guys like they're standing still. Maiato looking on to Salick, who's all over that 52 and trying to get inside the top 10 is the 36. He pushes it wide out of the corner there, but keeps it off the wall. Up here in 7th, we've got Skylar Shackelford, the Home Depot machine. He's run a good race here tonight, been inside the top 10 basically all race, and he's going to get a solid finish here if he can just run the rest of the laps. Coming to 3 to go, though, Colin Keister across the line. 3 to go this time. Keister has had it all his way tonight, leading 123 laps. Just a dominating performance. He definitely had that car in clean air for most of this race, and even when he lost the lead, he was able to get it back within laps, and he made some bold moves to do it. Connor Horn, bold effort here, but a whole second back, and I think it's just it's too little too late as he's running about the same lap times, but too far back. And Jimmy Mullis here in that 3rd position. Mullis, a really strong run tonight after starting all the way in the back. After he should have started on the pole, but either decided not to, or maybe an issue right at the green flag. But anyways, he is all the way up to 3rd. And coming to the white flag now, Colin Keister. White flag in the air. Keister looking for the victory here in race number 1 of the Valhalla Cup Series from NORSEFORCE. Tonight's race, of course, sponsored by Interstate Electronics Inc. It's the Texas 150, and Colin Keister wants that trophy as he makes his way through 3 and 4. Keister down on the inside line, right behind Justin Botello on the tail end of the lead lap. Keister making his way through the tri-oval across the line, and he will win at Texas, the first race of the NORSEFORCE Valhalla Cup Series. Congratulations to Colin Keister for the victory here tonight. 126 laps led, dominating performance in that Jack Daniels Camaro. He held them all off throughout the race as much as he could and started to stretch away, and nobody could get to him there at the end. After starting in that 3rd position, he wins tonight with a fast lap of 28.632. Definitely one of the fastest on the track here tonight. So congratulations to Colin for his victory in the Interstate Electronics Incorporated Texas 150, race number 1. Just wait till he does his great burnout here. Congratulations to Colin Keister on the victory tonight. We're going to cut quickly to a commercial break, and we'll be back with our top 3 interviews. And we are back. We're going to be bringing up our race winner here tonight, Colin Keister. This is Adam in the V-Speed booth. You have a copy? Well, Colin, you pretty much dominated out there tonight, but you had a couple moments where drivers got past you. Were you worried about being in some dirty air and whether or not you'd be able to make it back out front?
I mean, I figured it wasn't going to turn at all in the dirty air. It didn't happen until like 7 or 8 laps into the run, so as long as I could get to the bottom and get back out front, I was okay.
Yeah, 10-4 on that. And you started in third here, but Jimmy Mullis did not take the green flag. It looked like he maybe started from the pits, but that gave you the advantage of starting on that pole position. And just how important was that at the start of this race?
That was very big. Like I said, getting out in clean air was the biggest factor in that entire race. I just could turn, my front end would turn so much better than when you were in dirty air.
Yep, 10-4 on that. We heard you as you went around the track. It really didn't sound like you were lifting, at all, and we had to listen in on some other guys. You were able to roll through the center, and they'd have to lift behind you, but you had some challenges from Malik and quite a few other drivers. Jimmy made his way up there as well. Were you hoping you know, to just keep it out in front there, and they would never get to you?
Yeah, that's what I tried to hold the bottom there for a while, but the outside would work at the beginning of the run if you had a push. And I got cleared a few times, but I was able to get lucky and get back under them and clear them.
Yeah, definitely some great driving by you out there tonight at Texas, and you take the victory after starting in third. You led 126 laps. I'm not sure if you knew just how dominant you were, but that's got to be huge as we go into Auto Club next week. So what are your thoughts on going out there?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to going there too. That's another track where beginning of the run there's going to be a lot of big draft runs down the straightaway, so it's going to be all about track position. If you can get out front whenever it starts getting tight, the dirty air.
Yeah, there's a little bit more room to race out there too, so it almost runs kind of like a plate track at points, but you do have all those grooves you can run. So, you know, we'll look to see if you can carry this on, but obviously a great start to the season. And anybody you want to give a shout out to for tonight's victory?
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to NORSEFORCE for putting on this show. It was a big group of guys. It was a great race. I'm glad we were able to go green. Thank you guys for putting on a good broadcast, and thank my teammates for on the race.
Yeah, 10-4. Thank you so much, Colin, for your time here. Congratulations once again on the victory, and go celebrate, and we will catch up with you next week.
Thank you. I'll see you next week.
All right. That was your winner here tonight, Colin Keister. We're going to bring up second place finisher Connor Horn. See if we can get a nice view of his race car out there on track. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to. So let's pull up Connor here into the booth. Connor Horn, this is Adam in the V-Speed booth. You have a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Well, Connor, you were within striking distance there, and we saw you start to reel him in, but just not quite enough there at the end for you.
No, I wish it was just me and him, but Patella was being a good guy. You know, letting him go, not pushing his air unnecessarily, you know. And unfortunately, it was just not the best case scenario for me. Obviously, he was running the top both turns when he was riding behind Colin, and I knew the only way I was going to be able to catch Colin was running the top when he was committed to the bottom, and I knew I was going to be faster than him if I was running up top. But a couple times I pushed up running the top lane just because he was up there, and I couldn't really figure out a way to make up enough time in time. Obviously, when Justin went by him with 2 to go, I gained a lot. I just wish he passed him earlier, but he was being nice. I understand it. I would have been mad if he passed me if I was Colin earlier, so I understand it. It just sucks.
Yeah, 10-4 on that. The dirty air is so tough here, and we talked to Colin, and you know he led 126 laps, obviously going to show just how important that clean air is here tonight. And you pulled a little bit of strategy on the pits. You actually went in a little earlier than some of the other drivers, but you got a lap on Colin there. Were you hoping that was going to make up the gap through the pit cycle, or were you just hoping to get a little bit closer within striking distance?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I wasn't thinking much about undercutting the leader. I knew Jimmy pit the lap before, and I didn't really want to lose touch to Jimmy, and so I just reacted to what Jimmy did, and I thought I'd be able to get out in front of Colin anyways afterwards, but I don't know. I feel like I had a soft entry into the pits, maybe a soft entry into my box, wasn't aggressive enough, and he got out just barely ahead of me, and I just couldn't reel him in, and Jimmy held me up, obviously, race for position. He got a big push out of 2. I thought I was about to wreck him. Luckily, we didn't. And then the 4 car, who was on old tires, just didn't let me go, which sucked. I thought he should have let me go, but that's racing. It is what it is. And yeah, the dirty air's a real menace here.
Yeah, for sure. It affected everybody throughout the field, and it was definitely a disadvantage for anybody who wasn't the leader, but you were about the closest that anybody came to challenging him late in a run, so that's something to be proud of for sure tonight. And you finished second here, obviously not the win, but good momentum, I guess, going forward to the second race of the year next week. That's going to be at Auto Club, and what are your thoughts on heading out there?
Another place where really hard to pass, and you'd think it's, you know, wide track, not hard to pass, but from my experience there, full throttle, not full throttle, but really single file racing. We saw a lot of action-packed restarts here, 2 wide, 3 wide for the lead at some points, and Auto Club, you get that for maybe the first 2 turns, and it single files out, because if you try to make a move on the bottom at Auto Club, you just lose a couple spots, so it's going to be tough to make moves there, but we'll be able to figure out something, hopefully.
Yeah, we'll see if you can follow up on a second place finish here tonight, maybe capture that first place next week. But before we let you go to celebrate this second place, anybody you want to give a shout out to that made this possible?
I gotta give shout out to my teammates. My team, Alec Martinez, Jeremy Miller, Skylar Shackelford. Both Alec and Skylar ran really well. We practiced a little bit before the race, get some laps in, practicing restarts, pit stops, all of that. So we really helped each other out. Jeremy unfortunately didn't get a good qualifying spot, and if you didn't qualify well, you probably didn't do well. If you go to the back, you hardly come back to the front. The only one who did, I believe, was Mullis. Caden was up in second most of the race. He couldn't come back. And also got to give a shout out to the league owner, Matthew, putting this together. All these great drivers. This is the biggest thing I've ever been a part of, and I'm glad I was able to beat a couple of pros and Jimmy and Malik. Almost got Colin, not quite though, and hopefully soon I can beat them, and just, you know, all about that. Just getting better, improving myself. And congrats to Colin, because he obviously put on a great race.
Yeah, 10-4, and you ran a great race yourself, up inside the top 10, top 5 pretty much the entire time, and you come away with a solid second place finish. So go celebrate. We will catch up with you next week.
10-4, see ya.
All right, that was our second place finisher, Connor Horn. We're going to go to third place finisher, Jimmy Mullis. Bring him up to the booth. Now, Jimmy Mullis, this is Adam in the V-Speed booth. You have a copy?
Yeah, man, how you doing?
Pretty good. And you had yourself quite the race out there tonight. You come home third, but you were supposed to start on the pole. And was that like a last-minute decision to start from the pits, or what happened there?
No, I was getting ready to, grid with everybody, and for some reason the game just froze, and then it completely closed on me, and I ended up lagging out. So, unfortunately, had to start from the pits. And then we got that caution relatively early there, which helped me a lot. And, just took my time trying to come through the field, and made sure I kept my tires on it. I felt like I did a pretty good job of that. When the caution did come out on that first run, I was a little disappointed because I just got up to the top 5. But, overall pretty happy with the way the race went for me.
Yeah, we saw you slicing and dicing your way through, and we were pretty much tracking you the whole way, and it's top 15, top 10, top 5, and you continued to have speed, and you were running right on the blue and white line down at the bottom. Were you finding some more grip down there that nobody else was, or is there something special about running down there?
I think that's just Texas. Back on the old package when it wasn't so throttle dependent, running down there, that was the preferred groove. It was just where you're able to save your tires a lot better and keep the grip as the run went on. And I found with this package, even though, it's very throttle dependent, if you just commit to, some of the older lines at some of these tracks where the grip is kind of, unsteady on a longer run, it'll usually pay off. So just committed to doing that. And there towards the end of the runs, I was obviously quite a bit better than most of the guys around me. I don't really know if I would have had anything for Colin, though, because it just seemed like once you got out front, it was really hard to do anything with anyone, unfortunately.
Yeah, 10-4. The clean air is so important. And, he ended up leading 126 laps. But you did lead a lap here tonight. So, it says you started on the pole. That's what the results are going to say. But you did get back to the front at some point in this race, and you were challenging. So that was a ton of fun to watch, and you put on a great show. We head to Auto Club next week, so what are your thoughts on going out there?
Auto Club, personally, it's been a pretty good track for me in the Peak Series, and, just random things like NIS and stuff like that. But with this package, it can be pretty nuts, at least on the restarts. We'll probably be fanned out 3 and 4 wide at the beginning. But it seems like usually there nowadays, when it gets spread out in single file, it stays that way. Gets pretty hard to pass. I think you'll see, kind of everyone in their own little groups. So it'll be interesting to see how that one plays out. I think it's going to be extremely important to qualify well there. So, hopefully we can try and go get another pole and this time actually start there.
Yeah, 10-4 on that. That track position definitely a huge advantage, and we saw so many drivers not make their way back to the front. You were really the only one, I think, that was able to make your way through the field, and it was very impressive to watch. So definitely a great run for you here tonight. And before we let you go celebrate the 3rd place, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, thank you. Just want to thank SimSeats, Richmond Raceway, Sunoco, JDR Graphics, everyone that puts support behind me, Lockdown Racing, and all my teammates over there. Want to give a shout out to Matt and everybody that's involved with making this league happen. Tonight was a lot of fun. It's really nice to see that we can have long green flag runs like that. That was honestly a blast because it's hard to find that most of the time when you run leagues. I want to thank Malik, Briar LaPrade, and Eric Royce. They were hanging out during the race. It was fun, just having people to race with and things like that. Thank you for doing the broadcast. Always appreciate it. I'll be sure to go back and watch it. Sure, it was great.
Yeah, definitely a fun show, and so much green flag action, like you said, and you were definitely one of the highlights of this race, flying up through the field. So thanks for putting on a show for us here. Congratulations on 3rd place, and go celebrate. We'll catch up with you next week.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, that was 3rd place finisher Jimmy Mullis, your peak pro driver here, finishing with a top 3 in race number 1. But if we go to our winner once again, Colin Keister. Congratulations to Colin once again for the victory, a dominating race. And thank you, Delta Echo Echo DFG, for following here in the closing moments of tonight's race. You just got here in time for the final results and the recap. It was a heck of a race by these guys in the NORSEFORCE Valhalla Cup Series, and Colin Keister came out on top. We had 4 cautions, one of those being at the beginning of the race at lap 10. We had a couple in rapid succession there, a few laps after in the 20s, and then we went all the way to, we went all the way to about 60 with a couple cautions then in succession, and then we had one a little bit later, closer to lap 100. But 12 lead changes at the front, lots of crazy strategy there at the end, so it was a heck of a race for all these guys, and we were really happy to have brought you the action here tonight. So thank you guys for all tuning in. And these are the race results. We'll go through them one at a time. Colin Keister, of course, taking the victory here tonight. Connor Horn coming up just a little bit short there in the end, but a great run by him to finish 2nd. Mullis finishing in 3rd there. We just talked to him. Technical issues at the start, but he recovered for a great run. Anthony Burrows finishes 4th here tonight. Robbie Odie finishing in 5th. Alec Martinez in 6th. Skylar Shackelford in 7th. Dylan Alt 8th. Colton Salick 9th. And Jake Matheson rounds out the top 10 here tonight. Keith Maotto finishes in 11th position. Caden Rush finishing in 12th here. Matt Kemp 13th. Justin Knobloch 14th. Garrett Maines comes home with a 15th place finish. Eric Royce finishing in 16th. Ian Smith finishes 17th here tonight. Jonathan Hernandez 18th. Josh Lambert 19th. And Ty Bass rounds out the top 20 here tonight. Briar LaPrade, after the bold strategy to stay out so long, finishes in 21st. Malik Ray with the pit road penalty finishes in 22nd. Nick Holslander finishes in 23rd. Chris Samard 24th. Tyler Logan finishes in 25th position here tonight. Brian Pizzakemi 26th. Justin Botello 27th after getting back on the lead lap there with a few laps to go. Michael Bianchini finishes 28th. Derek Justice, after the pit road mistake, finishes 29th, 1 lap down. And Austin Yarborough, after spinning on the front straightaway, comes home in 30th position. Kirk Marble finishes in 31st here tonight. Jeremy Miller 32nd. 33rd was Donovan Strauss. 34th was Dylan Parker. 35th, Nicholas Short. 36th was Aaron Mulrooney Jr. 37th was Matt Hornbuckle. 38th was Derek Smith. 39th was Wade Husted, and he was the final starter here tonight. The bottom 4 in the standings did not take the grid here tonight. So that is going to do it for tonight's broadcast, the premiere of the NORSEFORCE Valhalla Cup Series. Tonight's race was a presentation by V-Speed here on Twitch. If you enjoyed what you saw, please consider subscribing or following if you haven't already. And we thank everybody who decided to subscribe, follow, and give bits tonight. We really appreciate all the support. And we'll be bringing you more action here from the NORSEFORCE SK Modified Series tomorrow. And then next week we'll be bringing you the same series again on Wednesdays and Thursdays. And then Friday and Saturday of this week, we're going to be bringing you the iRacing Fantasy Series in the form of the Nationals and Cup Series on Friday and Saturday, respectively. You can check out the race replays over on YouTube. We'll be posting these replays about a week after they're live here. And you can check out announcements over on Facebook at facebook.com/vspeedsim. You can also check us out on Twitter and Instagram, where we post race announcements and special events as well. So check us out on those platforms and stay informed and up to date on what we're doing here at V-Speed. We want to thank all our sponsors here tonight for the Interstate Electronics Inc. 150. So obviously we want to thank Interstate Electronics Inc. for their sponsorship of the race here tonight. Also Blaze Pizza, Butt Kicker, as well as Next Level Racing. And some awesome giveaways are going to be had by these drivers here throughout the season. And go ahead and support the sponsors here. Check out Blaze Pizza, Butt Kicker. We put the links in the chat throughout the race. So if you didn't get a chance to check them out during the race, go on over and check those guys out here and give them your support for supporting the NORSEFORCE Valhalla Cup Series. And we want to thank all you guys for tuning in once again. So we'll be back tomorrow night with the SK Modifieds, and until then, have a good night.